Hello, 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 and welcome to more Ticket to Ride, the Europe map here on the Sorcerer Network. My name is Sorcerer Matt. I usually do this at the end, but I always try to switch it up every so often. If you are enjoying all this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate all of you that have subscribed to the channel, and let's keep that train going. So, no pun intended, did not mean to do that, but it worked out. So I think that I'm seeing three Athens-based uh, uh, um, 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 routes. And then I also am seeing this one here. Now, I don't think I want to try to hook up Essen here. I think that's a little too much, especially for only 8 points. I know that I need to get into Marseille, but I think this gives us a really nice route down into Athens. This is a good amount of points. We already kind of have to get over to Vienna a little bit, and so I like this. I like this, and we have a route that we could take that would be extremely wild heavy, but we need a lot of wilds if we're gonna with this. Even if we just go kind of the most direct route, we need a lot of wilds because we need a wild here. And if we decide to go like via Palermo, we need a lot of wilds, which not can be a little bit more difficult. But I know in this game, the Europe map just tends to move a little bit slower, which I'm sure there's some like cultural commentary that I can make now about how Europeans actually enjoy life and Americans just work their lives away. Uh, we're more fast paced and we don't really stop to enjoy the smell of the roses. Um, but in general, I find that this map is just plays a little bit slower. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this right away because I really want that. We almost got the whole UK area done with the cards in hand. And then the good news is I guess the really good news about this route here is we don't need any specific colors. We just need wilds. So kind of drawn off the top, I think is going to determine what it is, what kind of route we decide to take. I am going to grab this though, because if we see a bunch of wilds, I wouldn't mind getting the extra points and hooking up the extra cities to go Rome, Palermo, Smyrna, Athens. But most likely we're probably going to go into Rome, into Brindisi, and then into Athens, because that only takes 2 wilds, whereas the other route would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's quite a lot of wilds. But I'm going to go ahead, and I guess I should have saved the white, but whatever. It's whatever. Not as concerned about getting up into Edinburgh or Scotland. That's Scotland. I know what that is. However the Scottish say it. Because that's a destination that's a little more isolated. So because I have all this blue on board, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Come in. And the other nice thing about this route is Marseille to Rome is the only tunnel. And so we don't have to roll the dice on that as much, which is nice. You kind of do see how I've kind of been quick to be like, all right, I'm grabbing my routes, and this is the green is the first person to play. So I'm not going to dilly dally too much on this. Let's make it clear where we're going. I'm happy with that. And now we want to hope that my opponents are more in the Germany, Russia area. That be in that area. Go over there. Don't bother me. And now I also am just going to start going off the top. And I'm going to feel really good about just grabbing a bunch of stuff. I probably am just going to go the most direct route. I know that the points and hooking up other cities, but man, that's an extra 1, 2, 3 routes. I want to be in a route of 6. I think I'd rather have it be I need to get into Palermo and I just go via Rome. I don't know why I'm trying to make that more complicated. I think maybe it's just visually it makes it seem like this route is like, oh, you can just really easily pick this route up. And when the answer is no, you really can't. Say lots of black on the board for people to take. Okay, all right. I know I need to get up into Vienna as well. And so I probably am looking at going Munich, though I could just go, I don't know. There's a couple ways that I could go about this. But I have not forgotten about Vienna. Even though, yes, it would not be the first time that I have forgotten about something. At this point, too, I just have the 4 white. I know I need a pair of white, but it's just a pair. So, not really concerned about it. I suppose the other thing we could do is if, again, we wanted to hook up some other cities, we could go Munich to Frankfurt to Paris. I might look to do that. Might be interesting. It is a lot of orange and white. I guess a lot of orange and or white. I could go 6 orange or a bunch of white that we need. Yeah, I think we keep our options open at this point and don't really like panic do anything. I think I do like, I was about to say, I do like grabbing the pair of pink, but with the orange showing up, yeah. So we're going to go Vienna to Munich at this point. That is what we are going to do. Because the routes in and out of Vienna that are going to be easier to get for us are dwindling. That was Red's first play, too, so... All right. Oh, Blue's going the monster here. Okay, Blue starts it off with a bang. All right. Probably just use the white here. Now I'm kind of kicking myself for not grabbing Essen because I could have very easily gotten it, but that's okay. I'm fine with this. Okay, all right. Very nice. Oh yeah, now I'm feeling really good about the white. Wow, party in Vienna. Vienna's where it's at, apparently. Everybody into Vienna. I've seen more and more people do the start that Blue does, where it's just, let me grab a bunch of one thing, and what did they use? Yellow. And just get that taken care of. All right, so green goes destination tickets. Interesting. I think this is a fairly good start. It's not been perfect by any means, but we got kind of the Scotland into France done very quickly, and then we've been able to kind of garner some other routes that we need. The Vienna thing became a little bit trickier, I think, than we had anticipated, but that's okay. That is A-okay with me. Green is making some decisions about how aggressive they want to be. Just grabs one as an opponent. That's what we love to see. Love to see someone just grabbing one. So interestingly enough, it's looking like, ooh, that's interesting. So I might want to grab a wild then next turn and go, like, get this solidified down here. I think I like that. Because no one seems to be in this, like, southern France, Italy, Spain area as of this moment. Well, of course the wilds get... Okay, great. As long as there's one on board. So don't take it, Blue. Okay. There we go. So now we can get... Man, people are grabbing the big ones. Which is not a terrible strategy. Let's be real here. But this means we have the cards to get Athens to Brindisi, into Rome, and hook up Frankfurt and Paris. And then that leaves us just some wilds to get, which I think puts us in a very fine position here. One of them is a mountain route, but so be it. No worries. Some Spain routes wouldn't be bad to get. Even, like, again, Essen, Berlin, Brussels, you know. And I think I want to order it like this. Okay, what are all the things that I have? Oh yeah, it's like 3 things that hook up into Athens and then into Marseille. So yeah, Athens was the we're apparently an Athens-based train company. We're Greek. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. A little bit nervous about you kind of encroaching on my... Ooh. Blue plays the station, so that seems to indicate to me that Blue was looking to get into Brindisi. And could not, because we already took it. Alright, love that Red's hanging out up there. Go bother you and Blue getting each other's way. Do it to it. Great. No worries. Totally fine. Great. Yeah, you guys feel threatened up there. I don't mind grabbing the yellow now that I've taken it. Because I would like to see these routes get done sooner rather than later, because I would like to draw at least once and maybe try to hit some other routes. We've played the most trains so far. Now, we also have the least amount of cards, where Red is sitting on 21 cards. Alright, I like hitting that. And then off the top. Perfectly fine, I suppose. I could just start grabbing wilds. And, you know, I think I'm too, when I play this Europe map, I'm too in the USA map mode where, like, really on the USA map, grabbing wilds is very inefficient. Unless you're grabbing them either at the end of the game to complete a route, or you're trying to compete for a route. But I think in this game, I think it's perfectly reasonable to try and grab wilds that are on board. I think I'm going to. I know I grabbed another wild or another yellow, kind of going the like, oh, I can use it for a tunnel from Marseille to Rome. But I think that probably the one that I'm feeling more at risk is the Paris into Marseille. And so I think I just go ahead and grab that. Because as of right now, Marseille to Rome, I can't say I'm really worried about someone grabbing. I would be concerned that Green or somebody would maybe try to go into Marseille. And so I think this is fine. So I think I would like to draw a little bit here, but I also don't want to waste too much time just trying to get this one route done. I would like to draw. I'll happily take a red and a yellow. Yeah, I'll get two colors that I could get. That's fine. We also do have the ability to do some of these tunnel routes through Switzerland if we need to. I don't really want to do that to hook all this up, but, you know, we technically could. So, like here, I'm just going to go ahead. Of course, there would have been a red on top, but and two reds on top, of course. But I'm going to go ahead and just take the wild there. I don't, because we didn't know there were two reds on top, and I mean that could have been a white and a green. I'm just using those two colors for all we know. So whereas now we have this wild, and I think we're feeling good about now, especially if those two reds stay now. I think we're feeling good with that. Curious what blue is gonna end up doing. Yeah, say blue's gonna end up doing that. I'm doing some station work, I'm assuming. Love that all of that got gummed up for everybody else. Yes, that's totally fine. You can do you, man. I think I feel okay to grab tickets now. I feel in much better shape here. We've got a wild, so we can get into a couple places. Spain is open. Red would be the one that's closest to ending the game, but it's not like, you know, really super close. Well, hey, look at that. Rome to Smyrna. Love that. That's really fantastic. Okay. All right. Into Marseille. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and grab this route here then. Let's not dilly-dally on that one. All right, looks like green's doing okay. It looks like red kind of made it out a little unscathed. Blue is the one that was kind of the big loser, and I think part of the issue is, yeah, one extra card. That's a little annoying, but part of the issue with grabbing this first thing is, you know, you do kind of make it so you're scrambling, what was the plan here? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take the wild because I would like to get into Smyrna. I would love to do that. Though, I don't know if I really want to get in there with 2 yellow. In fact, I might just want to draw again. Because why not? What? I don't understand what blue's plan is here. Getting all the way down there feels like a pretty tall task. But I don't feel like getting into Constantinople is really all that tall of a task. Because what? I need 2 black to get into Venice. And then I need 2 of something to get into Constantinople and Smyrna. And then I need a wild and something to get into, like, connect up Athens. And if someone grabs one of those routes, I'll just use a station. We're not at risk of someone, like, out of nowhere ending this game. So that's fine. Oh. Yes. Say, let's go. Let's go. Let's grab the 2 black. I think that's very delightful. Yeah, this was just too far away, and red was already down there. So let's not do that. All right, lots of wilds being grabbed at this point. Lots of wilds being grabbed. What's blue's plan here? I don't see how blue kind of gets out of this one. Okay, I think we just go ahead and grab another pair. This is also a sneaky route to get, because you can really cut people off from part of the map by grabbing that route. I've noticed that. I'm going to go ahead and grab this wild to give myself a little bit of buffer. Okay. So let's do this, and let's use the red. Okay, that's a little annoying that we have to use an extra one, but so be it. So be it. Probably get another ticket drawn here. I again, completely misunderstood the pace of this game. I was like, oh, maybe get 1 ticket draw in. Nope, I'm going to get like 3, maybe 4, I don't know. All right. And we're plenty plugged in to where if we needed to use a station, we definitely could. Like if we needed to get into Warsaw. If we need to get into Berlin. If we need to get into Pamplona. It's just fun to say. If we need to get into Barcelona. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and do this. Delightful. Delightful. Lots of people drawing tickets. Though, I will say with the stations, I don't want to go too overboard, because I do have an advantage right now over both green and blue by having stations that I would get points for at the end. Though, I think red is probably the person that I would be most of concern to me right now. Yeah, I'm okay doing this. Alright, so, I mean, that's a little bit of a risk. Definitely not going to go that way. Well, London to Rome is a yes, and then we could just grab a couple wilds and get into Amsterdam, or even like a black and a pair. Yeah, you know, why not? Worst case scenario, we lose 6 points. I think that's worth the risk. Completely worth the risk. And it was nice that we already had one already done. I'm starting to learn these tickets too. That's one of the things that'll really kind of make me much better at this mode, is learning kind of what cities are the popular ones. Seems like Venice is a big one. And Athens, of course, has some good ones. That kind of southeast into Turkey can be very good. So, yeah, just kind of keeping an eye on things. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab the wild. Because now a yellow, a black, or a wild makes it so I have the necessary things in order to get what I need. Sorry, I just scratched my beard accidentally on this microphone. I guess why was red worrying me and not green? Should I have been worried about green? I don't know. Okay, perfectly fine. And then, yeah, I'm okay grabbing another wild. I'd like to just grab the one route, London to Amsterdam. Pretty happy with that. Huh. Okay, yeah, green, because now they're kind of, over by themselves in southern Russia, things like that. All right, great. And then we're just going to go ahead and do that. Excellent. Not really quite sure. I think this is the difficulty I have of what to do at this point of the game, because I'm not close to ending it, but it's also getting close to the end, so I don't want to, grab a bunch of tickets thinking I have a bunch of time. So I guess the smart thing to do is kind of look at, what am I close to? So, like, for example, I'm close to the wonderful coastal city of Brest. I could just grab that and hope maybe I hit something there, or just grab it for the points. Because I have the least amount of points on board, but not by, 20 plus or anything like that, so I'm not really concerned. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then we'll see what red does. Because red now can end the game, as can green. And I'm curious where each of them thinks they are in the hierarchy, so to speak, of this game. All right, so red goes station. Green is feeling the destination tickets, that's for sure. Whoa! Oh no! That's not good. That causes me to want to draw something. Well, definitely not doing Paris to Moscow. Paris to Rome we got, and I don't think we want to. Well, I guess we can put a station to get into Budapest. So yeah, because at this point we need some points. If green is grabbing 3 of something, yikes! Very station heavy game here. Oh my gosh, getting greedy. Let's see if he flies too close to the sun here. Another 3. Okay, this is either the luckiest duck in the pond, or is just grabbing stuff out of frustration, trying to get us to mess up. which I don't think is a good strategy. Yeah, I think this game just needs to end. I think is the answer to this. I mean, what are the chances that 2 straight you can grab all 3 tickets? There's got to be a probability on that. One that I am not smart enough to figure out, but okay. Wondering if green does not understand how stations work, because that station doesn't make any sense. I'm just grabbing stuff now because I want to grab things to be done with this. Yeah, I think green has started to do some kind of... green is doing something weird. I mean, I suppose green could be doing a, well, if I grab all of the... I'm just going to grab this route. If I grab all the tickets, then no one else can have them. So even though I'm losing points, you got me. Or green hit 3 straight ticket draws where they could play all of them, which that would be bonkers. I guess we will see. I guess we will see. Okay. I'm not as concerned about blue. Ooh, yawn. Sorry, it's almost time for my Sunday afternoon nap. Love taking a nap on Sunday afternoons. That is one of my favorite things to do. Okay, so red misses 1. Ooh, there's the 25-point ticket for red. Okay, how many of these did you miss? Because okay, yeah, so green decided to do something weird at the end there. I don't know what the like crux of this is what I'm going to try to do now happened. I'm wondering if it looks like it was something happened to my game and I'm frustrated and now I just kind of want to end this thing. Because yeah, that I mean, ending a game -2 is not ideal. Though the nice thing about this is, wait, did we not have that one? Oh, was that Zurich? Oh, shows how much I'm paying attention. I'm sure you're all yelling at the screen. I was distracted by green, which I don't think it's going to end up mattering. But yeah, it's not. But sorry for all of you screaming at the screen. Yeah, it wouldn't be a video. It wouldn't be one of my videos if you didn't have a meltdown because I'm missing something. Like, come on. Look at that. My mistake doesn't mean anything. No problem. What is this? Never 2 without 3. I don't know what that means. But I did it. And then what else? 20 victories. Hey, look at that. See, look, guys, I'm so good at this game. I'm so good. Yeah, I don't know why I figured I was already in Zurich, because I very easily could have placed another station. Though, interestingly enough, the stations, having the station advantage, I mean, I wouldn't have lost the points there, but absolutely saved me. All right, well, let's check out some. We're just going to ignore that. Let's check out 118 points lost with uncompleted destinations. Hilarious. We collected the least amount of train cards. We collected mostly visible train cards, as did most people besides the last place person. Interestingly, that the last place people had the higher train routes, though only by half a train, so that wasn't too bad. And we all were kind of around, besides the third place person, around the same amount of length of train. Of course, we kept the most additional outside of this person, and yeah, nice victory, even with the complete faux pas. So, all right, well, hey, thanks for joining me. Sorry to raise your blood pressure there, but yeah, that's what you get when you tune into this channel. So, all right, I already said the subscribe thing, so we'll see you next time.